Hello, hello, and welcome back to some more Cuisineer. What's the button to leave this room? It's been a little bit since I've last played, so I don't quite remember everything that I was last doing. What I have here, I have some supplies. Okay. What is the store all button? Boom. Cool. Kind of want to open up the restaurant. 449 coins. Let's open up the restaurant. Hello, customer! What do you want today? This winds up being another PowerPoint presentation that I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Audio? Oh gosh. Here's a good pork, madam. I love the tail. Hello, sir. What you want? Some noodles? Yeah, we can do that. Hello, madam. I forgot how much RB actually factors into this game. Gotta get myself in a nice, comfortable position to use the button. Gosh, I would love to have some sort of a controller where you can, like, map out the controller to work for what you want. Frankly, this GPD device, the fact that it's not, like, Xbox or, like, Switch-based, controller layout, it has the right stick above the, ABXY buttons instead of below it. And it's really convenient to have it below, because with the controller like this, it's actually more comfortable to have your thumb on the upper section of the controller, if that makes sense. And considering that, generally for games, your left thumb is on the stick and almost never on the direction pad, some games, you never actually have to hit the direction pad. Honestly, the direction pad could almost be taken out. Replace the direction pad with its own set of buttons to use, whatever. But yeah, left thumb is usually on the stick, so having that above the direction pad is useful. Difference between, like, PlayStation and Xbox 360, Xbox One, etc. controllers. For that. Egg, you say? You got it. However, the right thumb is more often on the face buttons, you know, X circle, X square, circle, triangle, or ABXY, than it is on the right stick. Because, like, right now, the right stick doesn't do anything. Just, like, for an example. Sorry, I just went down a whole mental rabbit hole of memories and stuff, and gosh, I don't know what was up with all that. Yeah. So, I have to kind of hold the controller, which in this case is literally the entire computer, at a weird slant. To make it work. So if I try to hold it just, like, perfectly upright with hands in comfortable positions, I'm using both sticks. But, like I said, right stick does nothing here. So I have to be holding it at a bit of a slant, so I can use my right thumb for the A, B, X, Y buttons. And then I can have my right index finger to hit RB when I need to. Because if I hold it straight upwards, straight up and down like this... Psychic, no fried chicken. I'm closing so I can go out on an adventure. I made about 1,200 monies. Wow. Okay. There we go. Cool. Yeah, what up? Should I put that on to pot wash? Oh, I'm just curious. Green spice and tasty spice. I have the flaming spice, but I don't have the tasty spice you need. What do you want? Oh, yeah, we don't have the rice you need. Yeah, I need to go out on, like, a proper adventure. Was I supposed to get my weapon back or something? You! Alright. What do these two want? Yes. Upgrade your bag inventory to level 4. Achievement completed! Everyone wants to talk to me. I just want to go back to my restaurant. So, throw this fish in storage. And then go out on a new adventure and let's see what we have in store. Apparently Zero wants to... Well, apparently someone wants to message me. Gosh. It's been rather busy lately. We owe 10 grand. Because there is no interest in this game, I feel like there's no point in paying off as much as we can whenever we can. In games that have a debt system like this, but that have interest, it's very important to pay it off as fast as possible. Even if you can only pay off a little bit, that just means, you know, less interest to pay off in the future. 25 stacks. Ah, dash shield, right. It has literally been weeks since I've last played this, and I've been meaning to play this ever since last time I'd played this. But I literally put it off to, like, the last minute. This video is being uploaded, but this video is going live tomorrow. This video is going live in 15 hours. Whee! No. All of that and the chicken don't even drop nothing. But honestly, as far as games go, this is... I mean, this is a cute little game. Game of the Year material? No. This is nice. The world is a better place. What I was going to say didn't exactly make sense, because phrasing. The world is a better place with this in it. That's actually that phrasing actually makes some sort of sense. I was going to say, the world is a better place that this game is in. Yeah, like I said, that doesn't actually make sense. It is annoying that, like, the plates item won't recharge its shots unless it's completely empty. So if you shoot out for like 4 of your 5 plates and you just don't notice that you haven't shot them all out, okay, well then you can shoot out 1 more and that's it. You can't shoot out another volley of 4. I don't know, maybe you're fighting a boss fight where every, like, 5th hit it does some sort of rage aggro attack. So you want to hit it like 4 times with the plates, and then wait for the aggro to, like, you know, die down, and then hit another 4 times. Alright. I'm just really curious. Nope. Nothing to worry about with the Discord notifications. Okay, cool. Because sometimes, very rarely, someone messages me about something important while I'm super early on in recording a video, and by the time that the recording is over, yeah. So, I feel like pointing this out every time I record a video, but if I actually said every time, that would get annoying very fast. But I think about it quite often while recording. This is a game that I would not have played if it wasn't for this channel. I really want to get, say... how do I put this? I want to get a list of all the games that I'd only played, and especially that I'd only beaten, due to wanting to get them for the channel, and get, like, small posters for each of them or something. So if I ever do get, like, my own proper house, I mean, again, I do live in an apartment, but renting, blah, 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 decorations, bad, whatever. Or, like, maybe some small trinket or accessory or something I could get for each game I only beat because of the channel. Or is it because I started because I needed a video for a Saturday and then I liked it enough that I wanted to keep going? Or because I just needed to keep going for the content, or whatever it is. Get every... I want to have like a trinket for every single game that I only beat because of the channel. Have them on like a bookshelf or something. Have a nice place of decoration. Yeah. If I ever have friends over, they'll see, I don't know, maybe like the main living room. I have like a, like I talk about wanting sometimes. I'll have a shelf up by the ceiling. And on that shelf, I have a whole bunch of little trinkets from random games. 4 random games? And then people can just be all like, oh, hey. Yeah, maybe I should make that, like, my, birthday / Christmas, wish list, whatever, for next year. Just like, yeah, what are some things I want? Trinkets for any of the following games. Yeah. Swords and Necromancer, Cuisineer, hopefully by the time my birthday comes around, in another, 10.5 months, I'll have beaten this game. Ori, both Ori games, actually. Actually, I think that'd be a really cute idea. Instead of me just going out and saying, it's like, oh, hey, here's, an Ori plush, whatever, let's buy that. If I had it be, it's like, hey, you don't know this game. But it's like, you want to get me something as a gift, because we're family, whatever. It's like, here's a list of gifts that I want something from. What, you want to draw me a picture so I can hang it up? Sure, whatever. You want to buy official merchandise? Sure. You want to buy me a little plush, little Ori, like, keychain plush thing? I think that would be adorable. Oh my god, wait. Just thinking of hand-drawn pictures. A picture of Ori and the bird, like, hugging? From, like... Oh my gosh, I'm like actually tearing up just thinking about that. That would be so adorable! Yeah. Any sort of physical representation of that. Also, for the record... No, like, hold on, wait. Literally, actually tears just thinking about that. Why? Woohoo! Hormones! Am I right, folk? Yeah, that's like... Yeah, if I ever actually get around to playing it again, and actually beating it... Yeah, like Little Witch Nobita? Which, if I do ever wind up going around to playing it again, I'll probably wind up starting over. And, oh gosh. Again, that's the sort of game where it's like, I want to dedicate a large portion of time to all at once. Like, I want to have, like, a full 3 days where I want to have, like, a full solid week where I can just focus on playing that game. All of my other uploads, again, except maybe Rune Factory. Oh yeah, some merchandise from Rune Factory 1 and Rune Factory 2. Rune Factory 4 I'd already beaten before I played it on the channel, and Rune Factory 5 I would have played on it anyway, like, honestly. Baldur's Gate 3. Probably, actually, I probably would have played that without the channel. It's really hard to tell what I would have played without the channel, because, like, whenever, say, games go on sale, or whenever, like, I hear about a new game, like... I think, like, before the channel, it's just a thing of, oh, hey, that looks interesting. I don't know. Seeing, like, you know, the annuals, the seasonal Steam sales thing used to be just like, oh, hey, this game seems like fun. Maybe I'll play that sometime. I don't know. Sure, I'd love to not be poisoned. Thank you. But I would just, like, almost never actually play the games, actually. So it's like, okay, well... yeah. But with the channel, I actually have a proper excuse to want to play the games. It's like, hey, especially, and people give me flack for it, but I love it, a new game every Saturday. Because quite a few of the games that I play, I only really want to play for like an hour, and that's it. A lot of games I play are really short games, so after playing them for an hour, I've already beaten them. Like, they're already done. I would love to have my own house and have a garden and have a watering can that looks like one of the watering cans for like the Boom Factory games, especially the pink one with the heart on it. I want a watering can that looks like that. Natural garden to do some little farming in. Have a nice little watering can. Because I think that would be just delightful to have. Uh-oh. I was realizing as I was going in, hey, this is probably a battle arena room. I should actually use the healing before I go in, so I don't die. And then I didn't do that. Darn those homing shots! Why are those little things so tanky? Ouch! Nope. I think the more pressing question is, why do I deal so low damage? So you know what? Maybe I'll make a list of such stuff when... Oh gosh. If I instead make it, like, a thing that can be worn as a representation from every... Yeah, can I get the Sword of the Necromancer from Sword of the Necromancer? Please? That would be awesome. Thanks. Like, I don't know how it would look like from an outsider's perspective. It's like, oh, hey, like, what do you want for your birthday? It's like, oh, I have a list. You can just get me, like, one of the things from this list. And it's, yeah, it's like a physical representation of this. A physical representation of one of these games. And it's like a list of games they, probably had never heard of before. It's like, how would... I guess there's two questions. One is, how would, like, a normal person react to that? And the second question is, how would, you know, the people that I know react to that? And it's like, well, at least it's like, at least I want something. No. Oh, I thought that was a boar coming after me. No, it was a food item that I won. Because, like, one would think that with gifts, like a thing that people tend to do is just, like, alright, person wants, like, you know, this specific blue blender. Like, this brand, this color. Like, this is what they want. Exactly. Boom, I'll just buy it for them. Or it's a case of, oh, I think I heard something. Or it's like, oh, well, you know, just going out and about to make a little day, and then it's like, oh, I think that so-and-so would like this thing that I just happened across. Open the chest, please. Don't let me die.
Happy almost New Year!
Woo! People have already started launching fireworks.
Yeah, same here. I'm just like, really? It's barely after 9 o'clock.
Oh, they were launching fireworks an hour ago.
Yeah, it's just like, you're not supposed to start launching fireworks until like maybe
midnight?
half an hour before. Like, I can understand that, like, having it be like a fireworks show thing that's good.
So,
but this that early? No way.
So hello, sir, and welcome to the episode. I take it from your audio that you're driving.
Yeah.
I am doing
Don't
a recording, in case you couldn't tell by my tone of voice.
I mean, I could tell by the fact that you were talking, and you were definitely not talking to me when I joined.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly when you had joined. Because I'm not watching Discord right now.
I know, you're watching your game.
And OBS! So I don't know how much of my conversation that you heard. But I have an idea, and I think it might be a good idea, but of course I don't know when an idea is good or not.
What is your good idea?
Since I'm apparently so impossible to shop for, because I never really know what I want for gifts and stuff, I thought that I'd get a list of every game that I beat specifically because of my YouTube channel. Make a list of all of those games, and then just tell people, like, here, I would like a physical representation of, or referring to, one of these games. And that would be, like, that would be it. Like, whatever they want to get from me, as long as it's, you know, of or referring to one of them.
You realize what that's going to result in is they're going to buy you physical copies of the game, right?
Yeah. I need to really enforce, like, not, I don't want the game, I want something to represent the game. Like, say, the Ori games, or in the Will of the Wisp, or in the Blind Forest. It'd be so cute to get, like, a little Ori keychain.
What you want is merch of the game.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be, like, official merch. Like, if somebody says, like, hey, I drew you a nice picture of Ori, I'd be like, cool, and put that up, you know, somewhere to display it.
Yeah, or if, say, you know, someone made you a nice Eevee backpack.
I'm not getting an Eevee backpack as a...
Why not?
Because it's so, like, not practical.
Why not?
I don't know if you've ever had those backpacks. It's like a plush animal backpack thing. but the amount of storage space in them is absolutely tiny.
I thought you said your mom's making one for you.
She's making a backpack, a proper backpack, not an Eevee backpack.
Oh.
A proper backpack that would be like 100 times easier to make than an Eevee backpack, hold probably 4 times as much stuff, and last years longer.
Okay, but here's my question. Why can't it just be a backpack, and then once it's, like, made, then add stuff to make it look like Eevee?
Yeah. Then it wouldn't be an Eevee backpack, it'd just be a backpack that looks like an Eevee.
It's a backpack wearing an Eevee costume. Like, honestly, the easiest way to do that is make a backpack, then buy a plush, take it apart, and put it on the backpack.
So, you know I could never take apart a plush.
No, not you, your mom. Never mind.
Yeah. So
what are you playing anyway?
Cuisineer. Right now I'm in the roguelite section. I have a very slow but powerful hammer attack and a very quick ranged throwing plates attack.
What, you're not doing watering can only?
I have not found a watering can weapon in this game.
So...
No, see, that's another thing, Azura. Hold on. How awesome would it be to get watering can merch?
I mean... you don't own any plants.
Yeah. When can we hurry up and get our own house already so I can have a garden? So I have an excuse to use a watering can?
Claire, knowing you just beat the plants to death with your watering can.
Isn't that the goal?
No!
Oh.
Was that Cinnamon, or was that the game that went, ah?
But that's the game.
Okay.
I misaimed a jump. Oh god. Yeah, Cinnamon has been really silly lately. It's been awfully warm,
No?
so... Yeah, it's been oddly warm lately, so I've been having the balcony window open. And every once in a while, I get a little kitty trying to climb up into my lap. Who's very, very cold. Like, cat, if you don't want to be cold, stay inside.
That's cute.
He goes outside, gets all cold, and then goes, I know what do. Like, it sounds like I'm complaining about it. I like having snuggle time with the cold cat. It's just like, you'd think that he'd, like, learn that if he doesn't want to be cold, don't go outside by now. But he just insists on going out.
But see, here's the thing, Claire. He's outside, so he goes up down, but he comes back a little late.
I still remember in the last inspection I had, one of the inspectors had remarked that my apartment was oddly cold, or like, you know, really cold. And I'm just sitting there on the couch, actually sweating because of how hot the apartment was.
Yeah, I'm starting to think there are some people who, there's too many people who I think were born in the desert that moved to everything. Or
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, because it's just like...
It's not a place where you want to, you know, warm.
Like, I have the thermostat as low as it goes. This place does not have AC, notably. fans running, window open, other window also open to try and get a breeze to the apartment, wearing, you know, not wearing a whole bunch of layers, or super thick clothes, and I'm still too warm.
Yep.
And it's like, even when it's, like, it's supposed, not right now specifically, but it's, a couple weeks ago, it was supposed to be like minus 15 outside. I had the window open, I was sitting right next to it, like, gosh, it's warm. And it's like... I still remember one day I was biking to school, and some guy tried to give me his gloves because he was surprised I wasn't wearing gloves when it was so cold out. It was like minus 20. I was wearing like a light jacket. And it's like... yeah, sure, wearing gloves might have been a fine idea. Oh, wait, why do I have boots? Oh, shoot. It's not stacked, but I can't sweeten any enemies. Dash has the shielded effect. 5 health? 5 health. So what is this? Cool. Alright. So there's lots of eggs. Inventory is already pretty full. 90 rocks, that'd be plenty. Yeah, that's tons and tons and tons of that stuff. Wait, how'd I get over there? Okay, well, anyway. There. Ah! I didn't see those creatures. Haha. But yeah, it really is remarkable to think about how many games I only actually started playing because, well, I need a new game to upload for Saturday. Might as well just find something and start recording. And it's true about what? So from a third to half the games I play aren't good.
Hey, Claire, I just have an amazing idea, but I can't tell it to you while you're recording.
Okay, well, remember it for later, then.
How far into the recording are you?
A bit past half.
Okay.
So, probably be done in another 20 to 30 minutes.
Sounds good.
Boom, 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 boom. Ah!
Oh, someone around here definitely smokes marijuana. I know that smell. Oh.
It kind of feels weird and almost arbitrary to have a thing that says, like, okay, every Saturday I upload a new game. Like, but if you think about it, on average, if my games last 6 episodes, I think that's the magic number of average duration of non-semi-daily games. Where that actually supports the have a new game every Saturday without just having to abandon games. Oh, that's what that does. Okay, then. I got an achievement! Oh, defeat a chimkin with a spike or arrow trap while it is on... I dashed off the edge while I was too busy reading that achievement. I think it's while it's on fire. Because I got fire dash.
So, I have an important question. Based on the name of the game, are you, like, eating the monsters that you kill?
No. you kill the monsters and they drop, like, parts. Like, I just killed a tree and got some exotic fruit, for example. And then you take all the food that you get from the monsters. Why is that still firing at me? I should be paused. You take all the food that you get from the monsters, and then you, open your restaurant and make dishes that you sell to people. So I'm not the one eating the monsters. I make the townsfolk eat the monsters.
You're killing monsters to feed other people.
Yes! I'm going out into the wilderness and killing wild animals so I can feed people. No, I think I'm going on fire.
You know, I will say, I had an idea a while ago for an RPG type game, like sort of similar in style to like Final Fantasy VI, where every different character has their own special ability set, in addition to the like shared magic and attack and all that. And I had an idea that makes something like that has a character who's supposed to be a joke character, who literally their gimmick is that they actually eat the monsters.
Yum, yum, yum.
They're extra helpful for monsters that are, literally food-based.
So, I was talking about this more on the last episode, but since you're here, I'd like to get your opinion on it. What is your thought about, was it people trying to get others to optimize in games that are not competitive games?
But trying to optimize non-competitive games? What do you mean?
Like if someone says, oh, here's my D&D character, and then someone else says, oh, well, you should take this spell, because it's better.
For what game?
For example, like D&D. Someone's like, oh, hey, I just got my wizard up to level 5, and I took the fireball spell. And then someone else says, well, in a properly optimized party, you should take haste, because it does more damage. People who try to tell others that they are playing the game wrong and should try to maximize, the numbers that they deal. But the game is not... But the game is just only being played for fun, as opposed to being played against people for, like, prizes or something.
Yeah, it's the people who are saying, oh, you're doing it wrong because, like, that. It's like, yeah, no, that's just... Those are elitist apps.
Yeah.
So long as you're playing in a way that you are enjoying, that's what matters.
I will say, specifically on the haste thing, it is interesting to think about it, but in a properly made team, haste does wind up dealing more damage than fireball. In, I'd say, most D&D teams at level 5, fireball would probably deal more damage.
Sure.
And, like, that's an interesting, like, conversation, like, one could have. Like, hey, I was thinking of taking a fireball at level 5. What do you think? It's like, oh, well, haste does more damage. And then, calculating that. That's one thing. But someone's like, oh, yeah, finally getting to level 5. I'm going to start using fireball next session. Because, especially with fireball, because people joke about it constantly on D&D. It's like, oh, you're playing a wizard? Fireball, 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 fireball! And it's like, it has like 100 other spells, right? Like, you don't have to use... You can talk about something else. Other than fireball and magic missile. I'm sure that there are some people who don't even realize that there are spells other than, like, those two. What? Or... Oh.
Green Lightning, Flame Shift, Polymorph. These are very, consistent ones.
Locate city.
Prestidigitation.
Yep.
Admittedly, people know about that one, but almost no one, not a lot of people ever seem to realize just how useful that can be.
Well,
right.
The way that I've seen it from people is that they think the spell can do stuff it can't actually do. So it's like, oh, you can heat or cool something a little bit. And you get this more with Create Water, really. So I'll just shift over to that spell. I use Create Water in the guy's lungs and kill him because I create 8 gallons of water in his lungs instantaneously. Which, that's not what the spell does. The spell cannot be used inside a creature.
I mean, here's the thing. Technically speaking, you could, if he was already cut open and you reached in and put your hand onto his lungs.
According to the actual rules of the spell as written, if that person is still alive, you cannot create water inside of them.
In which edition?
I believe it says that in 3.5. Someone once pointed out and I think they're talking about 5th edition, but I haven't gotten the chance to read the 5th edition one, because I don't know what my 5th edition PHB is.
Well, okay, the thing is, I think it's the other way around, though. I thought it was 3.5 that allowed it, and 5th edition specifically made that not possible anymore.
No. Cause I remember taking a look at some of these spells and their restrictions. Because another thing was people doing... I think it was possible in 3rd edition, and it was changed for 3.5. Because another thing that people sometimes say is, oh, I'll just use summon animal to summon a whale, 20 feet above the enemy's head, and it'll land on them and kill them.
Summon animal? Yeah. Because, summon monster, in theory, but I don't think it would work that way. But if you're with animal, it specifically will summon something native to the area, and by summon, it will just call them to run up. I might be thinking of a different spell.
I'm 99% certain in 3.5, all of the summon spells, summon monsters, summon nature's ally, whatever, specifically state that you can only summon a creature in an environment that supports it. So you cannot summon a whale in the air. But it's like, oh, well, fine, I'll just summon, a cow or whatever. Summon horse, but above someone. It's like, no, because in mid-air is not an environment that supports them. You could summon a bird in the air and have it just summon in mid-flight. You could do that. And then it's... Yeah. People love to try to optimize D&D in really weird and arbitrary ways, but it's like... Yeah, especially oh, well, I'll just cast a, heat object and heat the person's insides by, 120 degrees.
Oh, no. What you do is you use heat metal on the enemy's plate armor.
I think that is actually, stated in heat metal as a thing that you can do with the spell. So that's not even being creative. That's literally just reading the spell.
Yeah. Anyways, I have in my garage, so if my audio sounds terrible, that's why. But that's also why I'm about to do and set up my apartment.
Yeah, you get home.
Alright. See you there in a few minutes.
Yeah. But it's I've had it where I've told people about a challenge run I'm doing for a game, and then they just go, "Whoa, why would you do that?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing through Rune Factory. It's just a water can." It's like, "Ugh, why would you do that?" And it's like, "'Cause the game is easy." Oh, just play a harder game if that's too easy. It's like, I want to play this game, but I want it to be more challenging. And some people literally cannot wrap their minds around the thought of a game being easy. These are the same people who say, oh, you died in Dark Souls? That's just because you're not good enough. And it's like, yeah, playing an easy game can be fun. But it's like... But it's actually more of 2 points on it. There's... Yeah, sure, playing an easy game could be fun. But also, a lot of fun games just are easy. Like, imagine if this game was as challenging as, like, Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls, notably, every single monster fight, or basically every single Dark Souls monster fight, is like a boss fight level in some other games. Like, you have to go in, you have to be prepared, you have to know what the enemy's doing. Like, I have legitimately fought boss fights in video games that were easier than average monster fights in Dark Souls. At the very least, elite enemies, but yeah, like, I like just playing a game just because it's difficult. I don't see the appeal personally, but sure, other people do. It's whatever. They want to play a game specifically because it is difficult. I'm not going to tell them that's wrong. I am going to say, okay, that's not for me. I feel like that's fair. It's like, hey, I don't know what someone else say they love Little Witch Nobita, and they, you know, they speedrun the game like every day and stuff. They have the whole soundtrack memorized and every boss, whatever, and they just love the game. It's like, cool, good for you. I'm glad that you found something you enjoy so much. I wish I could get into it more. But due to actually the difficulty of Little Witch Nobita, I wasn't really quite able to get into it, and trying to grind for more experience to get better, like, fighting potential, like, it takes a while to grind up for, like, what? Was it, like, one more stat point, and then the stat point barely does anything. And it's like, I mean, I could, of course, just grind for hours, get some extra stat points, and fight the bosses. Sure. I don't want to. Simple as that. I don't want to have to grind for hours. I don't want to be forced to grind for hours just to play through a game. I want the game itself to be so enjoyable that I wind up grinding for hours just because I'm having fun playing the game. And that's a very distinct difference that, again, very much needs to be stated. Part of, I mean, yeah. There are a few reasons why I don't particularly like playing Pokemon games. And Pokemon games aren't even really that difficult. Like, you could play with a solo team of practically any Pokemon in the game and still win. Like, it's not that the games are difficult, it's that Pokemon games are just really tedious. I held up when I hit that, so it should have shot that up. Yeah, and then there's the part like this right here where I could just have kept doing my thing, just keep using plates every so often, and then just wind up killing the enemies eventually. But it's tedious, and I don't want to do that. But I also can't just jump across, because I'll take, like, a ton of damage basically immediately if I did. Alright, perfect. Yeah, like... And of course, some people, the way that they like to play a game is that they want to optimize it. They want to get every last stat point and every last thing. And who am I to tell them that they're playing it wrong? And it's like... And of course, you get into these arguments sometimes where people think that... I am saying that they're playing it... That they're just playing the game wrong because they're not playing it how I want them to. What I'm actually saying is... You shouldn't be telling other people that they are playing it wrong, and they say, oh, well, that's how I play the game. See, unless they're playing it wrong. Short cooldown doesn't stack. I do not want these boots. I wonder if I can sell them? Nope. Ow! That was very much hidden. Oh, I'm about to die. Oh, right. It's the reason why I can't use that attack. Take out the ranged units first. Oh gosh, yeah. Imagine playing the Crystal Project, and someone says, oh, your team composition needs to be blah 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 blah. Or else why even play? And it's like, I don't care about the fighting aspect of Crystal Project. I legitimately want to play a game that's... phrasing is super important here. That's very similar to Crystal Project, except, like, without the fighting part. If I said just like Crystal Project, it's like, oh, well, blah, blah. Oh, well, that's just all the platforming and puzzle stuff from Crystal Project again, because you said just like, but... So I want a game that's essentially the platforming puzzle Metroidvania part of Crystal Project. But, like, I don't even need all of the fighting part of it. The fighting part does get interesting, yes. And also, because I don't like turn-based combat in games. I don't know what it is about it. And when I play a game that has them, I'm usually like, okay, like, whatever, just play them anyway. But I'm not a fan of turn-based combat. I think that, strictly, it makes... It feels like, too, what, deterministic? I think the thing is... Like, imagine trying to do... Oh, hi, Azura. How much of that did you hear?
What's deterministic?
Turn-based combat in video games.
Okay, and what do you mean by it's deterministic?
I mean, like, if you watch the stream right now, you can see I'm in a fight against, like, 20 different enemies at once. You couldn't do this in turn-based combat. You just get murdered. But in real-time combat, I can, like, duck, weave, you know, dodge attacks for a while, and then decide, okay, there's an opening, I want to attack. In turn-based combat, it's, well, I'm going to use the dodge action and increase my evasion by 20% for a turn instead of attacking. And it's like, yeah, I mean, for like a turn-based game, you know, you can use the evasion action, and you still get hit by, like, you know, 5 out of the 10 attacks, because, yeah, for instance, like this, hey, I'm going to run away And I can avoid getting attacked for minutes on end if I really wanted to. Lure some enemies across the map, and then attack them. And then basically do that again. Lure an enemy across the map, let my abilities recharge, and attack. Because of the, more stat nature and less environmental movement nature of turn-based combat, I mean, yeah, something like evasion, say. Sure, like, in many games with turn-based combat, even if you manage to crank evasion as high as it possibly goes, there's still at least a 10% chance that you'll get hit. Some games actually have it where you can make it as little as a 0% chance that you'll get hit. Other games, okay, fine, you can make it a 70% chance you get hit instead, but that's still a solid high chance that you get hit. I'm gonna throw away these boots. I got a few rocks, I'll throw those away. Gloves. So my current gloves, 50% damage to any target that is aflame, and this does aflame. And this does...
So... I see that you started setting up a thing, but didn't actually finish making it and just put the black hole unit down?
Oh, I made the thing, and then I thought you were talking about the point that I was talking about, and I thought it's like, I'm done with that topic of conversation. Right, the Minecraft server. I used a fair bit of grout, and I made over 200 seared stone. And then
I told you, how much grout do we have left?
Like half a stack maybe. We'd have to EMC some more.
Yes, that was the point of what we were going to be doing.
Yes. Wow,
so basically you didn't do what I was suggesting. So,
well, I did do some of it. I went from, 0 seared stone to over 200. How the flip much seared stone do you want?
Enough to make a...
I was also
really
busy
one?
because I was in the process of DMing a My Little Pony game, and also I was building other stuff, and basically I could have left the machine just sitting there in the middle of your new area, which, by the way, I noticed that you decided to just complain about something instead of saying, hey, thanks for the new area, it looks cool, Claire. And you decided to say, oh, well, I see you're lazy. Oh, this is a boss fight.
What I said was, I see you didn't follow my request.
I made a couple hundred seared stone, and then my choice was either leave it sitting there doing nothing, get a whole bunch more grout and just shove it in the hopper to continue making it very slowly, by the way. I had that going on for about, 3 or 4 hours, and it only made, like, the 200. So you would need to make a big smelter anyway, or, again, just use my smelter, which, frankly, we're probably going to wind up doing. But also, I wanted to stop playing that, so I could do the recordings I have to do, so I decided, you know what, I'll take this apart, and then
not
I can
leave it running while you were offline. Okay.
Well, it wouldn't run while I'm offline, and I had to log out anyway, because it was 8, and I was about, I was going to be kicked off of the server anyway. What's that? How's that? Why is it Oh, that's why I dropped those feathers. Okay, cool. Also, I don't know if you noticed the other thing that I made in your new area. But yeah, I figured I'd just use my smelter, take off the rose gold part for a bit, and just start making seared stone blocks. But again, it was almost 8, the server's gonna reset, I need to do other stuff for a bit. Once I'm done with this chicken, which... Once I'm done with this boss fight, I can be done with this episode. Huzzah! Also, what do you think of the changes I made to the main area? Does that fit in with what you were asking about that?
Generally speaking, yes, but I'm making a different wool color.
Okay. Yeah, because he said use, like, a neutral color, and I think you might or might not have mentioned, like, gray? And
Yes.
I didn't know exactly where you wanted the neutral color, and I thought, hey, expanding the white area looks nice. And then I changed the ceiling to also match it, and it should be brighter in there now, even with no new visible lights. What do you think? Does it seem brighter in there?
Sort of. Sorry, hang on. Give me a moment.
Ow! Ah!
Yeah, that's a lot brighter, yes.
Ouch! You wanna know the secret?
That'll play. I think I figured out the secret, yes.
Oh? What do you think is the secret?
I mean, I can tell by looking at it, but I don't want to say in your video. For reasons that I will explain when you are not recording.
I'm just thinking... The sky blocks? Like... Anyway, yeah, okay, look. About 3/4 of the way down this boss fight. And I'm really glad I got these plates that I could use. Huzzah! Ah! No! You know, if I talked to a therapist about it, they'd probably say that the reason I don't like turn-based games is because of that one video game I played back in my childhood, where I lost all the progress that I had made in it because of one random encounter fight that I couldn't run away from. Huzzah! Okay. Oh, that's just a rock. It just has like a branch in front of it. Okay.
Yeah, right. Sorry, and I do want to say, getting back to the thing that you made in here, I don't know what this is.
You mean the wall of tanks?
The wall of tanks with what looks to be a smelter behind it, and this... Yeah, I say wall of tanks, but it's not doing anything.
Wait, the tanks aren't filling up? The tanks don't have stuff
No.
in them?
There's a tiny amount of stuff in a couple of tanks.
Okay, well, the farm needs to run for a while, but I made an automatic magma killing smelter. It spawns in...
Okay.
was it blaze? It spawns in blazes. They automatically get pushed down into the smelter, smelted, and what's that stuff? The blazing pyrotheum or whatever stuff? Yeah, it automatically comes out and goes into those tanks.
Pyrotheum.
Whatever the stuff is. In a different mod pack, blazing pyrotheum is the upgrade to lava. I don't want that. Damn it, I was that suffer pushback. 35 attack, that's only 10 attack. When I said suffer pushback, they actually tend to actually do so. The sweetened effect is stronger. I don't have a sweetened effect. Yeah, a sweetened effect is stronger, sweetened effect is stronger, sweetened effect is stronger. I have so many things giving me a buff to my sweetened effect, but nothing that actually... You know what?
Tells you what sweetened effect is?
Yeah, nothing that actually gives a sweetened effect in the first place. So it's like, oh yeah, cool, my sweetened effect can be 50% stronger. 50% higher than 0. And it's like... Oh my gosh, I could go to the 4th floor. But I think... Backpack full. Episode already over time. Okay, now I do have rice. Okay, cool. Just see if this is suddenly an event or something. It's just a normal old floor. Then leave. It is loading for a good long while. That tells me something.
What does it tell you?
Oh, I thought it was telling me, hey, there's stuff here, but no, it's just a normal old floor. With monsters right here! Why are these specific monsters so strong? I hate it when you're trying to hold a direction while doing something in a game, and then the game does not do the thing in the direction that you are holding. It's like, I'm holding up and hitting dash. You'd think I'd dash up. No, instead I dash into the nearest enemy. A successful dungeon run! Good thing I just upgraded my bag, though, too. Like, seriously? Okay. Yeah. So while adventuring specifically, you don't get extra money. You have to open up your restaurant to get money. But you need to go adventuring to get supplies to put into your restaurant. Oh gosh, I can have that restaurant open for a long time. I'm thinking maybe next episode might just be... just run the restaurant for a good long while. Anyway... that's been it for this episode. I hope that you've been enjoying it so far. We need a lot of coins to repay the tax man, huh? Kind of went off on a whole bunch of tangents on this episode. Hope you don't mind too much, and tune in next week for some more Cuisineer. As for now, I need some water.